Artemis II marks humanity's bold return to the moon after more than 50 years, a mission that rekindles the spirit of exploration that once captivated the world. For decades, the lunar surface has remained untouched by human footsteps, a silent witness to our absence. Now, with Artemis II, we stand on the threshold of a new era, determined to go farther and learn more than ever before. The mission aims to prove that we can safely send astronauts beyond low Earth orbit once again, venturing into the deep space environment that presents unique and formidable challenges. Every step, from suiting up to boarding the spacecraft, is a testament to years of preparation and innovation. This mission is the crucial test for NASA's Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft, both of which represent the cutting edge of modern engineering. Their performance will set the stage for future lunar landings, and eventually, the first human missions to Mars. The world's eyes are fixed on these vehicles, as their success or failure will echo for generations. The world is watching, as 4 astronauts, each selected for their expertise and courage, prepare for a 10-day journey that will push every system and every person to their absolute limits. Their training has been relentless, simulating every possible scenario, but nothing can fully prepare them for the unknowns of deep space. Yet, the mission faces daunting technical setbacks. Persistent fuel leaks and newly discovered faults threaten not only the timeline, but also the safety of the crew and the integrity of the mission. Each issue demands immediate attention, forcing teams to work around the clock, troubleshooting problems that could jeopardize everything. NASA engineers are locked in a high-stakes race against time and hardware, with the massive rocket poised on Launch Pad 39B. The pad itself has become a symbol of hope, of ambition, and of the uncertainty that comes with venturing into the unknown. Every hour brings new challenges, and every solution is a step closer to launch. Each decision made in these tense moments will shape not just Artemis II, but the credibility and future of the entire Artemis program. The stakes are enormous, as the world's confidence in humanity's return to the moon hangs in the balance. The path back to the moon is proving as challenging as ever. Every delay, every technical hiccup, raises the stakes and tests the patience and resolve of everyone involved. The dream of returning to the lunar surface is within reach, but it comes at the cost of relentless effort and unwavering determination. The countdown to launch is more than just a clock ticking down. It's a test of ingenuity, resolve, and the future of deep space exploration. As the engines ignite and the world holds its breath, Artemis II will carry not just astronauts, but the hopes of a planet eager to reach for the stars once more. Liquid hydrogen, the SLS rocket's super-chilled fuel, remains a stubborn adversary. During a critical wet dress rehearsal, a major hydrogen leak at the tail service mast umbilicals forced an immediate halt, echoing issues from Artemis I. Despite redesigns, the problem persists, raising doubts about the rocket's fueling system. The leak spiked hydrogen concentrations to 16%, far above safety limits, posing a serious risk of fire or explosion. Each delay erodes confidence and inflates costs, with the recurring leak now a symbol of the SLS's complexity and fragility. NASA's challenge is clear: conquer this flaw, or risk the future of Artemis. The clock is ticking, and every setback puts more pressure on an already strained schedule. The hydrogen leak is more than a technical glitch. It's a test of whether Artemis can truly deliver on its promise. After fixing the hydrogen leak, NASA's optimism was short-lived. The sense of relief that swept through the team was quickly replaced by a new wave of anxiety as they prepared for the next round of tests. Everyone knew that with a rocket as complex as Artemis II, even a small hiccup could spell big trouble. During a crucial follow-up test, engineers watched in disbelief as the flow of liquid hydrogen suddenly dropped off. The fueling process, which had seemed routine, was abruptly halted. The test was cut short, and the team was left scrambling to figure out what had gone wrong this time. After hours of investigation, the culprit was found: a clogged fuel filter in the groundside propellant lines. This filter, designed to keep contaminants out of the rocket's precious fuel, had become a bottleneck itself. Now, it needed to be replaced, a task that would require time, precision, and more troubleshooting. This setback highlights the domino effect of failures in complex systems. Solve one problem, and another emerges. Each fix can reveal hidden weaknesses, and every new issue demands a fresh round of analysis and repair. The Artemis II team was learning firsthand how interconnected every part of the rocket truly was. The Artemis II team found themselves stuck in a cycle of repairs and delays, with the rocket tantalizingly close to launch, but never quite ready. Every time they tossed her den, Sabatos den, would solo call sponsor so, the done, so one dan dancer for son. Wabagshirber, Kowa Chosen Kowo were on the verge of progress, another technical snag would pull them back. Each new fault adds complexity, time, and frustration, pushing the mission further from its target. The pressure to succeed was mounting, and the emotional toll on the team was becoming impossible to ignore. The pressure mounts as the launch window narrows. Every delay means recalculating schedules, rechecking systems, and hoping that no new problems will surface. For Artemis II, progress feels like one step forward, 2 steps back. The team's determination is tested daily as they work to overcome each obstacle, knowing that the world is watching. The mission's fate hangs on breaking this chain of cascading technical issues. Only by solving each problem, one by one, can Artemis II hope to finally leave the ground and begin its journey to the moon. The delays have put Artemis II in a race against the calendar, with every passing day increasing the pressure on NASA's teams. The mission's timeline is now tightly bound to a series of critical launch windows, and the margin for error is shrinking rapidly. The next opportunity to launch toward the moon opens in early March, a window that is both a chance and a deadline. Missing it could mean waiting weeks, or even months, before the stars align again for another attempt. But missing this window means more than a simple delay. It could trigger a costly and complex rollback of the entire rocket to the vehicle assembly building, a scenario NASA is desperate to avoid. The culprit behind this looming threat is the rocket's flight termination system, a critical safety feature designed to destroy the rocket if it veers off course. This system relies on batteries that have a limited certified lifespan. Once that window closes, the batteries and the system must be recertified, a process that can only be done back inside the assembly building. It's a process impossible to do on the pad, requiring the entire rocket to be carefully transported back indoors. Rolling back the 322-foot rocket is a massive, time-consuming operation, involving hundreds of engineers and technicians, and halting all other launch preparations. This could threaten to push the next launch attempt months into the future, disrupting not just Artemis II, but the entire lunar program's schedule. Each day lost adds to the program's cost, strains resources, and jeopardizes the momentum needed for future Artemis missions. The financial and reputational stakes are enormous. The stakes are high. NASA must fix the fueling issues now before the window closes and a rollback becomes inevitable. Otherwise, a setback here could ripple through the entire lunar program, delaying humanity's return to the moon and impacting international partnerships. NASA's window for success is closing fast, and the world is watching to see if the agency can rise to the challenge. The pressure to launch safely and on time has never been greater as the countdown to Artemis II continues. Amid technical struggles, NASA made a controversial move, raising the hydrogen safety limit at the umbilical from 4 to 16% after a failed test. The agency claims new data justifies the change, arguing the risk is still minimal due to rapid gas dispersal at the pad. Critics, however, see this as moving the goalposts, adjusting safety rules to fit hardware limitations rather than fixing the root problem. The timing, just before the first crewed flight, has fueled skepticism about whether safety or schedule is driving decisions. NASA insists astronaut safety remains paramount, but the perception of compromised standards lingers. Trust, once shaken, is hard to restore, especially in human spaceflight. Beyond the launch pad, Artemis II faces a lingering risk from Artemis I's unexpected heat shield erosion during re-entry. Chunks of the Orion capsule's avcoat material broke away in ways engineers hadn't predicted, blamed on a new, steeper re-entry trajectory. The heat shield for Artemis II style bakover armsen. Arnatio benen style was arbak mawas. I portstad de bombar. And this in subsequent scene making physical fixes impossible without major delays. NASA now relies on refined computer models to prove the shield's safety, a decision that has sparked debate. The crew's lives depend on this analysis being right. There's no room for error during re-entry. The heat shield is a silent risk, waiting at the mission's most critical moment. NASA must prove, beyond doubt, that the shield will protect its astronauts. The stakes could not be higher. Artemis II's challenges extend beyond fuel and heat shields. Recent glitches, like a ground communication failure and a booster avionics voltage anomaly, have disrupted rehearsals and raised concerns about system reliability. Avionics are the rocket's brain. Any anomaly is a red flag. Meanwhile, future missions face criticism over the heavy new lunar spacesuits, which could strain astronauts during moonwalks. Each technical hiccup, no matter how small, chips away at the schedule and demands urgent attention. In human spaceflight, minor issues can signal deeper problems. The margin for error is razor thin. As Artemis II navigates a maze of setbacks, its journey is quietly forging the path for future lunar exploration. Engineers and scientists are already translating hard-won lessons into tangible improvements, developing next-generation lunar landers, refining life support systems, and harnessing artificial intelligence to predict and prevent faults before they arise. The Artemis program's setbacks have sparked a wave of innovation, leading to lighter, more flexible spacesuits, streamlined mission planning, and robust redundancy in critical avionics. International partners are stepping forward, offering fresh perspectives and new technologies. From advanced robotics to sustainable lunar habitats, the vision for Artemis III and beyond is taking shape. Not just to return to the moon, but to stay. Each challenge faced by Artemis II becomes a stepping stone, shaping a safer, more resilient era in human spaceflight. The setbacks, instead of halting progress, are fueling a renaissance, reminding us that the road to the stars is paved with both caution and courage. Facing mounting setbacks, NASA's new administrator, Jared Isaacman, has pledged sweeping changes for future Artemis missions. Plans include redesigning the troublesome propellant interfaces and cryo-proofing rocket stages before they reach the launch pad, aiming to catch leaks early. For Artemis II, the focus is on methodical problem-solving. No launch will happen until every issue is resolved. The agency is preparing for another round of tests, determined to build confidence before setting a new launch date. Above all, astronaut safety remains the guiding principle, no matter the cost or delay. The lessons of past tragedies loom large, demanding patience and diligence. Artemis II's journey is a test of NASA's resolve to get it right. The moon will wait, safety comes first.